Hi everyone, welcome to our Magic Wand program where we are going to create our own wands. So for this, you are going to need a chopstick or any other kind of stick. This was the biggest one I could find here. You are going to need some hot glue. And you might need a couple more of these because it does take up a lot of hot glue. And then you are going to need some paint. Any paint that you'd like, whatever color you'd like. I want mine to be a little bit realistic in terms of magic wands, so I am going to use just brown paint. And a little bonus that I like to do is I like to put a little bead at the tip of my wand and just have it like that. Okay, so the first thing we are going to do is I've got my hot glue all heated up. We are going to just make our handle for our magic wand. So what you're going to do for that is you are just going to use your hot glue. Maybe if mine decides it wants to go. There we go. Trial and error, am I right? So we are just going to go all on the side here. And it doesn't have to be pretty, but we're just going to keep going like that all around the side in a kind of circle. And that way we will have our little handle. I'm going to push this in a little bit more because like I said, it uses up a lot of glue. So we are going to keep going just like that. And that way we are going to have our wand's little grip. Because if you know Harry Potter or any kind of magical place, they don't just use sticks. They have to have a little grip on them too. So we are going to keep going like this until we get all the little pieces. And as you can see, my hands are very shaky, but that's just how it is. So we have this right now. And we are gonna make sure that it is good enough to hold on to. So we are gonna keep going. And the good thing about hot glue is it dries kind of fast. So we're gonna keep going like this. And we're gonna make sure that everything is covered. Because that way, it'll be nice and easy to hold our magic wand for when we're casting spells. And I don't think mine was actually long enough, so I'm gonna start it out down here again too, just to make the grip a little better. And it's totally okay if things spill down. That's why we have paper towels. No problem. So we're gonna go a little further. And see, it's kind of all covered. So we're gonna go through that again, and we're gonna make sure that everything is good and thick for our wands. And you know what? You don't have to make it look like this. If you prefer a very thin little handle, totally fine. The cool thing about this is that it's going to be completely unique to you because the glue is going to dry a certain way and it's never going to look the same twice. So we're going to keep going there. And you know what? I'm going to do a little bit of a spiral or a little bit more of a handle down here. So we'll make it a little thicker so we know where the handle begins and where it ends. Just like that. So it's a little bit sticky outy. Perfect. And then what you can also do is you can make some patterns along the wand. I know there are some fun wands that kind of have this little spiral going on where it's not necessarily grippy, but it's there to make it look a little more interesting. So we are going to keep going like that. And do our little bit of wand like that. A little bit of pizzazz. If you wanted to do some polka dots on yours, that would be super fun. If you want to do spirals like this but closer together, that would be amazing. So you are absolutely going to need a couple hot glue sticks because I'm going to need to grab an extra one. So we're going to keep going like that. And just make this wand, you know, a little bit unique to me. And watch out, if you don't feel comfortable using a hot glue gun, definitely ask a parent or a grown-up or an older sibling to help you out, because that's what's needed for this. Because if you've watched my videos before, you know that I am always gluing things using hot glue and burning myself. Okay, So we are going to also glue the little bitty bead on there too, just to have something at the end to make it a little more special. And now we are going to sit and we're going to let that dry. And once it's all dry, then we are going to paint it. So we will be right back. All right, and we're back. My wand has dried and all the little grippy parts. And all of this is dried. There was a little bit of paper towel that got stuck onto there, but that's fine. So our next step, which is also our last step, we are going to paint our wand. And like I said before, you can paint it whatever color you want. You can add sparkles. It totally doesn't matter. So I am just going to start right away. And the really cool thing about painting your wand is that this also is just never going to turn out the same way twice. You're going to have different patterns, you're going to have different coloring, and it's going to be completely uniquely you, just like every other wand in the world, at least in, the fictional world. So we are going to keep painting these. And like I said, if you want to add a little more color, if you want like a pink wand, or if you want multicolor, that would be super fun too. So we are going to paint all the way down to the little grip. And look at that. It's already looking like kind of a realistic wand that you see in the movies. So we're going to paint. Paint it all the way down. It is a completely different stick now. You want to get into all the little nooks and crannies. We're going to keep going. And we're going to hold this like this. And we're going to get some paint on our hands, but that's okay. It's washable. And we are going to just keep paint. Paint. Let that dry, just like we did with the glue. So we're going to let that dry, and then we're going to see how it turns out and see if it needs another coat of paint. Here is our beautiful finished wand. It's still a little wet, but I don't think I'm going to put an extra coat of paint on it because it looks pretty perfect as it is. It's imperfect and perfect at the same time, just like any wand should be. So if you guys make your wands or just love this program, let us know. Send us a picture of the wands that you make and tell us what kind of special things you put on yours. If you put on sparkles, if you made it rainbow, anything. And we will see you guys next time. Have a great day.